Well, we'll see if anyone comes to visit today. See how y'all are doing. Oh, I've had a beautiful day with a friend and spending time talking about Source and all the beautiful things that Source brings us. I'm just going to go and get my glasses. I always seem to start a chat without my glasses lately. I hope you're all doing well. Go ahead and say hi if you're in the room. I'd like to know who I'm chatting with. All right, this one. Oops. Where am I going? How are you guys doing with the energies? How are you feeling with everything right now? I'm just trying to get my other one set up here so that it can show anything that's typed in the room. All right, I think that's as good as it's going to get for now. So, who's here? Say hi. Let me know what's up. Who's coming for a visit? I got 5 people in the room. Where's everybody from? What you guys doing? I feel like it wants to go dark and then light all the time. Not sure what that's about. So, let's pull an oracle card for the energies right now, shall we? We're going to pull an oracle card, Spirit of the Animals Oracle by Jody Bergsma. It's like the lighting keeps switching on me here. It's kind of the way I have the camera, maybe. It's try this way instead. All right. I've moved my living room around a little bit, so yeah, change things up. It feels nice this way. Now I get to look at my beautiful kitty cat and watch her sitting on the chair there. So for me, I'm feeling like the energies are, well, now that I've learned this new way of being in the now, the energies are very open and very allowing and very loving and caring and kind. I pulled the Tiger card. So let's read this. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. So it's about trusting that in each moment and every moment you're absolutely led, and that the divine has you in every single way possible. It's beautiful. Just pull one more. I have the Friend. So some of you could be coming into some new friends or deciding what friendship means more so for you. Today, I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be hungry. I am a protector and a friend. Beautiful. Dog spirit. All right, let's pull some tarot. If anybody would like a tarot reading, you can go ahead and donate, pay $10 through the chat, or you can, pay through PayPal, whichever. Just let me know when you've paid. I'm not sure why this thing is not charging properly. Just give me 1 sec here. I'm gonna make sure everything is on as it is supposed to be. It looks like it's charging. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So the first one I have is the Eight of Swords. So some people are up in their heads about what they're supposed to be doing or how they're supposed to move forward. I think there's a lot of energy right now coming to culmination of the Scorpio full moon that we had recently. If nothing happened around that full moon for you, I feel that this weekend could be a bit of a big deal. And I have the Six of Cups. So reminiscing, looking at the past, the present, and the future, and really collapsing it all into understanding that it's all about the now and being in the present moment. Having unconditional love is about losing the expectations and allowing your heart just to feel. Someone wants to take a very logical approach to something, but yeah, there's very good news coming. It could be in a legal matter or in a love situation, maybe an offer that makes you excited, because it seems to put an end to this mental prison that someone's been in. I find the best way to be in least resistance is to just, and you can say be in the now, you can all this stuff, but really and truly it comes down to letting your mind have a vacation. Letting your mind have a vacation from the planning of everything that your heart feels. Your heart might feel something and your mind will step in and say, oh, well, that's this feeling. So what if we allowed the heart to make the decision on what the feelings are? Or if the mind is going to help us in deciphering the emotions we feel, then how about we let the mind help, as long as they bring us a new word, and it's got to be a positive word. Can we look at the unknown instead of as the unknown, which sounds scary? And can we look at it as curiosity? It means it's something yet that you are going to go and discover. I'm curious about this thing. Because it's like your heart has this energy of like some people might even call it anxiety. But what if we called it curiosity and took the mind frame, put an absolute ending to the way you have dealt with your feelings so far. Hi, welcome. Nice to see you. I think it's a really great way to be a friend to yourself. There's definitely things about the Scorpio full moon that are going to come to fruition this weekend or shortly. It could actually be through this whole Pluto retrograde. You may feel like you've been juggling a lot, or there's concerns about money, concerns about fear about money. I would even say fear if you matter enough in circumstance or situation. Can I actually really do this? Is there fear of success here? Can we change those words from fear of success or fear of failure, fear of all these things as to why we don't start, and actually just use it as an energy of curiosity? As you do look at the world and move forward from a heart space of curious about every little thing, it's kind of like allowing your heart to be open and allowing the divine to move you in a way that brings the answers to your curiosity of the heart, not letting the mind take over and go, oh, hey, that's what that is. Really moving from the heart space. Give your mind its walking papers. People say, well, maybe I just should take a nap. Well, maybe if you need to lose resistance. But maybe you could actually say that the reason you're feeling that way is because you are so full, your heart is so full, and you're not actually tired. You have no resistance to anything. So you just sit there in an energy of peace and an energy of flow. It's really the form of meditation that we all want. I had to get very strong with my mind and give it its walking papers and tell myself that my mind is only allowed to interject in circumstance or situation if it's a new word they're bringing to me. It's a very different way of being, and it's a very different way of seeing, because when you see from a heart space and you move forward in that energy, you actually don't put all of the pretense or the preconceived ideas that you've had of everything you've been through the past to now everything you might go through in the future. There's none of that. and allows a huge amount of freedom for you to just move through your life and do as you need to do. It's absolute change in trajectory of thought, of mind, of being in all ways. Let's pull a, I love this deck. Oh no, I'm told not to though. Let's pull a goddess card. See which goddess we got dealing with today. Hi, O, have you heard any news about that thing you were waiting to hear on? Oops, we got a card mixed in here. Let's put that back where it belongs. You have heard news? That's awesome. Good news, I'm thinking. I'm just getting so excited about my travel plans when things start to open up for travel. But I guess I could just call it work, hey, oh, and then, you know, go that way. Awesome. Hi, Maria. Welcome. Anyone who's in the room, please do set up a hello there. Yeah. Say hello and let me know you're around. We do have some people that like to come in and join and just be on watchers and onlookers, you know. That's okay too. So we have Leslie, Revelation, and Isis, Rebirth. How beautiful and so true are those things. I'm just going to close the patio door. It's kind of loud there, you know. And I'll close the window above as well. It's summertime and everybody's got their loud vehicles out having fun. Well, it's not really summer yet, it's spring. So, what have you all been up to? Hi, Joe, welcome. Oh, you know what else I need? Something else. Yeah, I'll just chat in the room. I'll be right back. Oh, there we go. Welcome from Quebec, Mr. Joe. All right, let's grab the book for these cards and read the meaning. I moved everything around in my space here, so oops, I have to remember where things are. All right, so the first card we have here is Revelation. What a beautiful card. Look at that. Matches my shirt color. Very feminine energy. Please do hit the like button. Card number 28, which equals a 10, which is all about a brand new portal of energy opening. There are moments when synchronicity brings all the elements together for a flash of insight to rise up in you in a glorious epiphany. Whatever was not clear becomes crystalline in an instant. It's as if you are able to simultaneously perceive every facet in a diamond. You know without a doubt that you are on the right track. A deep understanding sinks into your very soul. In this moment, change and transformation take place, and a transcendent moment is offered to you as an extraordinary gift. Now is one of those times. The Chinese goddess, Laozi, I don't know how to say it exactly, Mother of Lightning, brings revelation into your life with a flash. This reminds me of Uranus energy, actually, the change maker. Yeah. She gives you this as a result of all the hard work you have put into dismantling your old self and making space for who you want to become. This is a very auspicious time. Stepping into the new you, I see all y'all. Beautiful. Card number 24 is next. It's a 6. It's about bringing balance and harmony, about love, about joy. This is Isis. Oh, it's card number 24, actually. 24. Here we are. I almost read card number 26 to you. So that might be relevant. Relevant? Yeah, to somebody. There we go. All right. Empowerment message. The process of soul retrieval, resurrection, and rebirth is the theme recurrent through the stories of the Egyptian goddess Isis, and one that she invites you to address now. This is a powerful moment to see some of what you thought you'd lost go through a process of regeneration to life again. Like magic, the pieces of you that were considered lost in old wounds and stories are ready to be reclaimed in a healthier, more mature version. Where you were hopeless, now there is hope. Where you were lost, faith. You have the capacity for even more now. Where there was inequity and injustice, now you can see a better way. Where you were abandoned, now you can choose you. You are ready to face these parts of yourself and to gather them together as you step into a newer, more powerful version of yourself. Your work, your relationships, and your creativity. Have courage. Let go of blame. Claim your accountability and then co-create something better. You can do this. The goddess Isis has come to help you as a potent supporter in your growth. This is beautiful. And I absolutely feel this myself, the amount of growth and the amount of awakening, spiritual downloads, if you want to call them that, and energetic DNA uploads also from soul remembering. Hi, Mojo. Well, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to the family. Always glad to have new people come and join us. So in today's energy, I was really feeling like, how do I want to explain this? I was really feeling like see how it's interesting how to explain these words. When I woke up, it was kind of just like I'm asking my brain to give new words to things. So it might take a minute to solidify them. Hi, Genevieve, welcome. Well, it doesn't really matter how I was feeling. The energy of today for me has been very much about growth. It's about been having an absolute open heart in every way possible. Understanding that your safety comes from an open heart. It does not come from a closed one. Understanding that your mind is there to help create, and that over time your mind has been there to help keep us safe. People might call it the ego. Perhaps we should understand, or not call it a different name, but understand that the ego also is there to bring us joy and to help us understand value, to help us feel better too, right? So giving new words to these type of things, it's so very important. Positive words, words that can resonate in a very different way than they normally would have. When we understand that our ego has been there to help keep us safe, our ego is still there, but our ego also is the part of us that goes, yeah, I'm celebrating me. I did a great job. You know, that's okay to say. That's okay to say. And that can be very beautiful energy, you know, if you take it in a celebratory way of shedding love and light with it. Can't believe I just used the words love and light. Don't usually use those words. I got a postcard from Spirit for you guys. Dear you, now is one of those times you're being asked to add some distance, take a step back and do nothing but observe. Oh, there it is. That was my heart's energy today, was observe. I was just observing. That's the word. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath, slow down, and look at how far you've come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you step into the role of observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and decision-making process. So if we give our brain a break from doing all that work and allow our heart and our soul to do the information gathering from a place of absolute unconditional love, we actually in turn end up opening a whole vortex of compassion, not just for others, but for ourselves. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now. You will be glad you did. We love you. So it's about taking that break to allow your heart to do the listening, allowing your soul to do the feeling, and letting your mind, putting your mind, actually soul contracting your mind to work on the things that are the creative endeavors that you want to start. Things like coming on here and having a channel session with you guys today. Things like what you want to create next in business. Things like what it is maybe you want to paint, or putting your mind towards the things that are creative and that move you forward in energy, as opposed to putting your mind to the past, as opposed to putting your mind to any energy in the future, or maybe just have your mind be future thinking. But contract your mind, hi Peggy, contract your mind to be working on those things instead of deciding what your heart feels, and allow your heart to decide what it feels. How do you do that without thoughts? That's a good question. How do you listen to your heart without thoughts? Well, if your heart feels something your brain would say a certain way, then just feel that feeling. And then when the brain comes through, the mind comes through to explain that feeling, require your mind to give it a new word than it's ever had before. It's very important to understand. Pump up the music, bang the drums, get on up and start that hustle towards your goals and dreams. There are times to be still, but this is not one of them. So see, I think someone's in between the energy of, should I move forward in this way, or should I wait? What should I do? What should I do? I think we need to change that word too. It's not about what should you do, it's about what could you do. In this moment, instead of allowing your mind to decide for you and allowing your heart to decide, it's not about what you should do. It's about what could you do. If you had an open heart and your mind is on vacation, what could you do and what could you create from that open heart space? In the tarot, we have the swords as the mind, our understanding of things. And we have to understand that the Eight of Swords, which I pulled earlier, is all about the energy of our thoughts encaging us and keeping us stuck, keeping us in a place that of non-movement. Now, did you ever stop to think that your thoughts doing that could very well be divinely guided? So if you sit there with an open heart and you allow your heart to do the work of the mind to a certain extent, I don't know where that's going. That's a channeled message, something about your heart doing the work of your mind, like letting your heart decide as opposed to your mind or your brain decide. How can we make the disconnect? How can we disconnect from which is which? Well, I don't believe the heart actually feels or has energy that is words. It's actually, I would say, words are a very diminished way compared to the words of the heart. The mind, words that the mind would put to things, is very small compared to what actually the heart can do, what actually moving from a heart space will create and do for you in your life. Dearest you, sometimes you just feel like no one understands you, you're not heard, or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion. That could be that Eight of Swords mind illusion that we're stuck in. And although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone. And even when rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected so better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for your ultimate success. Life loves you, we love you, and you are a unique spark of the divine and always connected to the light and to source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. Joe, have a question for anybody experienced this. Last night I've been waked up by a strange experience. I would describe it as electric pinch to some precise points along my spine. I was half asleep but very conscious of that. It was very disturbing. Someone know something about that energy? Yes, I absolutely do know something about that energy, and I have the very similar things. So you see how you guys are moving with energy and being led. Have you Googled, Joe, what part of the spine that is, what that means spiritually? I would highly suggest that you do that if you have not. Oh, I just got a message. Just 1 second. It's not important. So, yeah, there's always a spiritual meaning or something that is attached to that energy of the spine or whereabouts that was. It'd be easier for you to do that and Google it for yourself. Also, I have experienced those things before, and also being awoken at a certain time to eat food. And it's almost like a break in the energy that was happening while asleep needed to happen. Sometimes when we're sleeping, I believe neural pathways actually in the brain make a connect. And sometimes in our dreams, we end up having dreams that make absolutely zero sense, but they still contain people and circumstances and everything of the life we live. As a neural pathway is making that connect, it takes energy. A lot of times in that energy, I believe, is when you can be awoken to go ahead and eat, because it actually creates the fuel to make that neural pathway connect. It's okay. You're never late. You're always on time, Samantha. Welcome. I almost feel honored, honestly, when I'm woken. I was actually woken one time to get up, tidy up my space, and to do a reading, and it was very powerful reading. Hi, Wes. Welcome. So always trust that when you're woken up, it's for divine reason, whether you know what exactly it is or not. If you'd like to go down the information portal to find out what that is about, then go ahead and Google certain things like that. Awoken to eat, for me, eating is always nourishing the body. So there's some sort of nourishment that needed to happen so that a connection could be made. That's the way I look at it. But that's just me. So everybody is different, and everybody has their way of believing and doing things, and we need to all honor each other's experience. So I pull, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So there's that mental mind placing insecurities on these types of things that are happening. So Joe, in a certain circumstance or situation, some people might actually think that's a health condition instead of a spiritual condition. You see? So there's might be some sort of change in understanding parts of you by Googling that information about your spine and where that was. What part of the body does that emphasize spiritually? Also, the time that you were woken up can mean something. If you Google that, you will find time and resonance with that very possibly. I have been woken up, like just absolutely sat up in the middle of a dream and look at the time and it's 3:33 or 2:22 or 11:11 or, you know, many times that happens. And I wonder sometimes, especially if it's a dream that my conscious would feel as unsettling, if it's almost like the divine says, okay, that's enough, because a subconscious mind at times can be an open portal itself and have energy open to it. And as we sleep, we have to also trust, therefore, too, are we protected? So a lot of times I feel if you're woken up in a start like that or something or whichever, and you're in the middle of a dream, you're definitely being protected. Yeah. And 17 has been a powerful number for me lately as well. A brand new beginning on a spiritual path that leads to absolute fulfillment and something in the material world coming into play or into existence. That's what I believe 17 means. The 3 would mean would be the basis of that 17. Okay, so 3 would be like Empress energy, the creation of it. It's about you are on the right path. You're being led by the divine and having this portal of energy to move through into these things. It's the reason that's happening is because of the energy of 3. So the 17, what I said about 17 is all happening from the energy of the number 3. And 417 is all happening because of the energy of the number 4. So what comes first is like the grounding energy. What comes next in the time clock is where you're headed, okay? Or how you could choose to move forward. I wonder, Ange, if you could actually say that the tears, let's change the whole trajectory of what your mind put to your emotions. I wonder actually if the tangible form of emotion coming out of your eyes was your heart opening and actually having curiosity about the next step with this painting. You're welcome, Samantha. Do you see what I'm saying? Because our brain would sit there and say, well, if we're having tears, there's got to be some sort of negative feeling. I wonder if that maybe anxiety or upset you had, your mind would put as upset, but what could be another word for that? Could it be, well, there's curiosity and I don't necessarily know the way forward, so therefore I have this nervous excitement about how that's going to transform. And as you change your wording towards the emotions that you're feeling, you end up changing the outcome of that experience. You can say it simply, it's writing a new narrative. But we're not writing a new narrative for the brain. We're writing a new narrative for the heart, you see. I hope that makes sense. Everybody in the room, put a thumbs up if that makes sense to you. Really be patient with yourself. It's something that will either sit really easily with you or will come in time. And know that when you have tears, it's not a, yeah, well, it's about looking at the painting and the situation the way Source would. There's nothing that you get wrong, okay? You always have time to get it done. Things aren't going anywhere to run away from you. There's nothing bad that's happened with that painting. Very well, it could be on pause because there's some sort of energy in your heart, as painters do, as we all do, has some sort of new way to write a narrative for what success looks like. You see, and as you change your heart's narrative about what success looks like, my mom, here's the thing, my mom painted a painting years ago and she hated it. She didn't ever really finish it, but there's somebody that came along and saw that painting and had to have that painting because it was like the front part of it was crystal clear of the lake and the pond, and the rest of it wasn't quite defined. It wasn't defined. It was like it was left to the imagination of the person to define maybe what the intrinsic you know that word I'm trying to say. I'm having a hard time with my speech today. What the it's intricate. That word. What the things that are intricate in the painting was left up to the person viewing it to decide. And it turned out that she couldn't finish that painting for absolute divine reason, because who came along and loved that painting was me. And I begged her for it, and she goes, "Oh, please take it. I don't like that painting." Do you see what I'm saying? And that painting now hangs on my children's wall because they love it too. They love the fact that it's not all defined in perfection. They love the fact that there's some sort of idea left to the mind to create exactly what the wood on the cabin might look like. Whereas the lake was crystal clear and beautiful. It's just a beautiful painting. It's beautiful. I wonder if your painting is actually finished as it is. It's a thought. Willingly release your painting, my friend. I believe your painting's finished as it is, even though you might not look at it as perfect or as what you want it to be. It seems to me it's beautiful as it is. $49. I pull this card all of the time when I use this deck. Like, seriously. You'd think I could read it verbatim by now. Go ahead. Is what's her name? I feel terrible. Genevieve, are you still in the room? Go ahead and tell me if you think I'm correct on that scenario. Some days you have to let go of your struggle and find an answer and focus on other things for a while. This doesn't mean giving up altogether or losing anything. Remember that in, where was I? Remember that in our co-creative partnership with the divine, give and take is necessary. You do your part by setting your intentions and taking any necessary actions, but you must then surrender the form, the timing, and the how to your higher power. There is a divine plan for each of us. When acting on this faith, you may find that your intense desire for something translates into a feeling of attachment and entitlement. Right now, can you immerse yourself in this experience and allow the divine plan to unfold as it will on your behalf without interference? Can you be open to receiving what is yours, even if it's not packaged in the form you thought you wanted? Perhaps if you look deeper, you will see that you've received that perfect vibrational match to your most authentic wants and needs. You have put in the work to find your desires and felt them deeply and engaging in your higher power. Now you must let go and see what transpires. This isn't always easy. Impatience erodes the foundations of your trust in the divine. Surrendering truly will serve your highest good. Knowing this truth in your heart, can that really be so difficult? Yeah, it can. Absolutely can. Okay, so Ange, what if we rewrite that sentence and say, yes, I could look at the bigger picture, and it is about divine timing. I could channel my feelings into it. You see, the should means that it's something we still yet to have to choose to do. Could actually means that it's something that is tangible in the here right now. You're one step closer to dealing with the issue when you use the word could instead of should. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You're welcome. Okay, that's better. I had to put some lotion on my face. It felt so dry. Yeah, I get the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Gifts of time, money, or effort. It's like a gift of... It's like you're being given, or we're all being given, a gift of changing our mind. That's what it comes down to, really. That's what I would say. Let's find out something from the fairies. We'll go Earth Wisdom Oracle. Let's get a card from them. Is there anyone else in the room that has any questions or thoughts about the energies today? I am feeling amazing. I just feel good, really good. Yep, I do. Energetically feeling wow. Yep. Wow is a good word for it, my friends. Creativity and responsibility. These two cards. 10 and 4. So that leads to number 5. Massive change coming in the way you look at things creatively. Using your soul and being responsible for what it is you create and how it is you create. Being responsible for how your mind perceives things. Having a change of perception. Responsibility. Come free. It promotes regeneration, structure, karma clearing, and accepting responsibility. Like the sun that it resembles, energizes, cleanses, and regenerates with citrine. It is all too easy and disempowering to blame others, society, or bad luck for our problems. Take back your power, recreate and reestablish your inner structure by removing what no longer serves or hinders you. Put your own house in order, neat and tidy, making space to expand in ways that benefit you and the world around you. Beautiful. And then we have card number 4, creativity. Here it is. Lady's Mantle enhances fertility, feminine healing, and a connection to the divine feminine. Carnelian promotes creativity and fertility. Creativity is not just something that is nice to have in your life. Creativity is your birthright, and it is also one of the most basic drives in human beings. Sadly, our culture does not value creativity and views it as an indulgent pastime. Heal your creative self by falling into the arms of the divine feminine. Beautiful. All right. So, let's see. I'm going to pull one more. Blessed Sight, card number 28. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at this card. So, what can we use to get ourselves closer? Lavender soothes the soul, mind, and emotion. When calm, it is easier to see good in the world, the blessings in any situation, and understand the lessons to be learned. Rhodochrosite is a lovely stone that increases inner strength. Difficult situations are part of life. While they are not pleasant at times, they play important roles in our lives, or they can if you have the right mindset. The divine and your inner divine self can see the big picture, allowing you to glean important lessons about life and about yourself. Engaging your divine sight allows the blessing of calm understanding, which helps bring things back into balance. So there's something about blessed sight and things being brought back into balance here. That's beautiful. It's all beautiful energy right now, my friends. Very beautiful energy. So yeah, that's what I'm getting so far for you guys. I hope it helps. I hope it resonates. I hope it makes any sense to anybody. That works for me. As long as it makes sense to somebody, we're in the win. That's what I say. I'm going to let you guys go here now, and I'm going to head into doing some other things. I've got some emails to return. And yeah. Imagine how that happens, hey? You pull out cards, or you say what's on your heart and on your mind, and then the cards come out of many different decks to confirm exactly what was said. And it's a beautiful, tangible way to have confirmation of what your thoughts are here already. And well, makes me feel incredibly like secure. I suppose it gives me a feeling of security, and when you always have tangible proof of what's in front of you, it always creates a feeling of security. Yeah. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I love you guys so much. Stay safe. Stay in your joy. Stay in your open heart. Give your mind a break. Allow your heart to see the way forward. Blessings to you. Namaste. Bye-bye.